What's up, guys? Hello, all about vehicles. I'm sorry that I have it faced the wrong way. I'm going to have some help here in just a minute. So there's the Tundra. Hey, Dance Master Freak. Nice to see you guys out tonight. Might be the one. Thank you. All about vehicles. Yes, that is one aggressive stance. Hello, gentlemen. How are you guys doing today? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me at all? Okay, cool. Thank you, Dance Master Freak. Thank you, might be the one. All right, so that was the Tundra. I'm going to show you guys a little bit more. A Tundra. Let me turn the camera around and I'll show you guys the Tundra a little more, and then I'll show you what the stock rims and tires look like on the other side. That's about as aggressive as I could possibly get and stay on a stock height. That's the rear, obviously. And here's the fronts. Thank you, Mike. That is my pickup. And I love it. We had to chop some body mount out. Right there. We had to chop body mount out, about 1 inch worth of body mount. And a little bit of the body right here, and back here. And then mold the plastic out the way. And then in the front, we had to cut some of the bumper out. Right there it is, right along the edge on the bottom. I had to cut about a 1/2 inch or 1 inch out. I'll show you guys the metal pieces here in a few minutes. And there's a TRD front sway bar. So now that I showed you guys that, I'm going to take you all over to the table where I have the pieces that I cut out. They're not very big. You'll be able to see body mount was nothing. It wasn't anything major. Very easy. Local shop was trying to charge me. And Maria asked, how long did it take? It took about 3 hours, but that's because I used an die grinder instead of an angle grinder. Well, I used a die grinder, and that was pretty much it, a die grinder and a cutting wheel. Hang on 1 second, I'll grab it for you. It's a Harbor Freight Special. Just a Chicago Electric 3-inch die grinder, nothing fancy. You guys can see that. 3-inch high-speed electric cutoff. This is part of the body mount for one side. Didn't take long at all. This is part of the body mount of the other side. Thank you, Mike Be the One. Yeah, I love Rick and Morty too, man. It's one of my favorite shows. More body mount. Bumper. Yeah, I actually had to cut that much out of the bumper on the driver's side. What's good, Cement Pro? purchased sitting outside in the car. The bugs. So I mean, you can see it wasn't much to take to take these little tiny pieces out. Local shop, like I said, wanted to charge me $1,200 to do this. This is something that I did in my driveway. As long as you got the right tools, you can do this too. And take little bits off at a time. Don't take big chunks. You take big chunks. This is even too big. These two pieces right here are too big. I should have cut smaller pieces off. Like that, thin. Even too big. Little tiny bits. It may take a little longer, but it's worth it. Yeah, Thundra, I like my beard being long. Just don't cut it, man. You'll get there. I'm extremely happy with the outcome. My wife just asked me if I'm happy with the outcome. I'm ecstatic about it. I think the truck looks absolutely fantastic. I'll give you guys another view of the truck. But I'm gonna back off, that way you guys can see it from a distance and y'all tell me what y'all think. I absolutely love that truck. I'm going to show you guys the '83 Harley Sportster Chopper. This is a Frankenstein bike that one of my friends purchased, and we're working on. He's working on it, and I'm kind of guiding him through it a little bit because it's not exactly my cup of tea. So I'll flip the camera around one more time. It's a 1983 883 Ironhead chopper. It needs a carb rebuild. It's been bored out to an 1130. And it was sitting in a sandblasting shop for a few years. You mean the Tundra looks like she's ready to fight? Might be the one. Is that what you meant, the Tundra or the Harley? This is, thank you, Mike. Yeah, my Tundra, man, it definitely, I love it. I love my Tundra. The Tundra is I'm going to say my third favorite vehicle. My first has got to be the Harley, my Harley Fat Boy. All right, so I showed you guys the Tundra. I showed you guys the 883 I'm working on. And I'm going to talk about the Honda a little bit. The Honda has new Thunder Golf says that Tundra couldn't handle my big girl just yet. Maybe it'd be closer than expected. All right, so back to the Honda. The Honda has new front and rear sprocket. We went with the stock one was a 16 in the front, 16 tooth in the front, 44 tooth in the rear. 118 link, 530. The 530 pitch chain. We changed it up. We went with a 14, I can't remember, it's either a 14 or a 15 tooth front sprocket, and a 47 tooth rear sprocket, and a 116 link chain on 530 pitch. The bike is nuts quick. Top speed is very, very limited, maybe 135, 145, somewhere up in there. Old Thunder Golf says, Old Thunder is a bad SOB. Don't let her fool you. Hey, you never know, man. Those trucks are pretty quick. Might be the one. Did you ever get to check out the heat-activated paint for the exhaust for the bike? No, I did not. I'm going to have to remember to check that out. Thunder Golf says, don't let her fool you with her good looks. Man, the Tundras just look good, too. They do. The Honda, to top speed, like I said, it's only 135, 145, but it only takes like 6 or 7 seconds to get there. It is unbelievably quick. I will post a video. I will have to record a video and post it. Last video I did, I tried to I recorded a video to post, and unfortunately my camera tilted down, and I have like a great shot of my tire going around and around and around. I'm sorry, guys. I'll try better. Dance Master Freak says, my ride is decently quick for being almost 18 years old. What do you have, Dance Master Freak? Thunder Golf says, with 450 horsepower, you wouldn't expect to get 450 mpg to a tank, but she does. Hey, you know, Thundra, I am thoroughly impressed with your Tundra, man. Your truck is set right. Your truck is set right. I wish I got the gas mileage yours got. So the Honda, it's pretty quick. It's pretty quick. I have it put away for a little while. I'm riding the Harley right now. Personal choices. Oh, I put a new subwoofer in the truck with my brother. It's actually, I borrowed a subwoofer from my brother. It's a DD10 and a ported box, a fairly big box. It takes up pretty much a third of the back seat. Dance Master Freak says, 01 Chevy Malibu 3.1 V6, almost 200 horsepower stock back in 01. Which means she's pushing around 145 now, huh? Thundra says, I run 93 octane, keep my foot out of it, but when I need the pedal, I have it. Hey man, that's awesome that you get that you have it, you know, when you need it. So the other project that I'm working on, my brother purchased a 1999 Yamaha R1 a few years ago, or about a year or so ago. Dance Master Freak says probably then again, and gas. Again, it is gas and aftermarket filter, so who knows? And just call me Dance Master or Chris. All right, thank you, Dance Master or Chris. All right, so I'm gonna take y'all into my workshop and show you the frame that I'm working on for this R1. Thundra says, but a lot of times I use it when I don't need it. I could probably get over 500 miles per tank. Mike Be the One says I put a 38-gallon tank on my 2018 SR5 without having to change or reset the computer. That's interesting. Give me 1 second here, guys. Set that up. All right, so this is a frame. This is the next project. This is a 1999 R1 frame that I just had blasted for my brother yesterday. We're gonna paint it black, and the bike itself is gonna be matte white. So this is the next project that I'll be filming and posting pictures of. Chris says, think the 2018s already have 38-gallon Toyota upgrade to in 2014. Thunder says you should be able to put a 38-gallon tank on, but the fuel gauge will have to be reset. There you go. I don't know anything about changing out the gas tank. to a bigger tank. And if you're just tuning in, I'll show you the Tundra again. This is the 20x12s on a negative 44mm offset on 305/50s. Yokohama Prada, and they are 305/50 R20s. And it is on stock height. There is no lift, there is no level. It's trimmed for no rubbing and drive or reverse. Tundra says without doing all that work or having it done, just add another tank, just some thought. There you go. Thank you, Tundra. I am becoming an authorized dealer to sell those wheels so that we can get other people happy. Now, this is the stock side, and you can tell me how dinky it looks. Stock side, definitely not stock. Tundra, if that's the stance you want, man, I'm telling you, check out Hostile Wheels. I am very, very, very impressed with those wheels. The way they look on that truck, it just... Mike Be The One says, are you gonna... I'm guessing you saying lift my truck? When the TSS lets you? No, I cannot lift my truck. I do not have the capability. My lifestyle will not allow me to lift my truck, but I like the wide stance. And this is what can be done. You've seen it here, folks. No problem, Mike Be The One. It happens. You know, that the autocorrect. I'm assuming you meant lift. But no, I cannot lift it due to, you know, family circumstances. I need people to be able to get in and out of the truck without a problem. So lifting was just not an option. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. And if I can get my wife out here to come help me to hold the iPad, I'll show you guys that it does not rub full lock either way. On the passenger side, I can show you. Obviously I don't have the rims on the driver's side. So, and baby, if you're listening, please come out here so that I can have you hold this iPad. Thank you, Chris. So, that's my baby. I like that truck. Guys, I have some pictures to show y'all. That's Tundra Dude and I stickers together on my truck. So you can see TD, they're there, buddy. All right, so my wife is going to take over the iPad here in just a second. Give me 1 second, let me flip the camera around. So I want you to film. Come sit. I'm gonna show you guys that there's no rubbing in the back side by the body mount down here. And I'm gonna show you that there's no rubbing in the front over here at all. So just give me 1 second. So you can see there's no rubbing. It's all trimmed properly to avoid any rubbing while driving forward or in reverse. That's the proper way to do that. So there's no rubbing at all. Hey, hello Dan. Good word is the Tundra, man. Doug, thank you. So you guys have seen it here first. 305/50 R20s, 20x12, negative 44mm offset. Will cut, will fit with minor cutting. Yokohama's 305/50 R20. Doesn't look like it, but that is a wide tire. I'll show you guys my buddy's bike again, the 83 Sportster Ironhead. The carb needs a rebuild, and we are still working on it. This is a Frankenstein. Somebody built this bike in their garage. Bored out to an 1130 on 883 head still and an 883 Ironhead block. Should be a fun build. Dan, so if you've seen the truck, you know, you've heard me say I had to do some cutting. So here's some, that's about how much had to be cut out the bumper. Maybe slightly more than that. I mean, not much, till about right there. And the body mounts needed to be chopped. You just chop the corner out, little tiny bit. Don't mess it up. The first cut's the scariest when you're doing something like this. After that, you're just finishing a job. After the first cut, you're just finishing the job. The first cut's the one that if you screw up, well, it's ruined. You got to replace it anyway. So, what else, gentlemen and ladies? Anything? Anybody? Might be the one. You like that saying? What, the first cut is the hardest. Everything else is just finishing the job. I mean, it's the truth, man. And once you start, you gotta finish it, or it's ruined anyway. So, and if you want it to be yours and you want it to be exactly what you want, you got to do it yourself. Nobody's gonna do it out. Nobody out there is gonna do it for you, especially not for free. Like I said, something like this, I brought this to a local shop here in Central Mississippi, and they told me $1,200. I spent $35 on $40 on a Chicago Electric Harbor Freight Special, and 3 hours of my time. Dan asks, are wheel spacers for the rear in the future? If you said earlier, sorry I missed. Dan, no, I did not actually talk about wheel spacers, and no, I am not putting wheel spacers. There's no need. I've got, roughly 6 inches worth of stance. I'm not a big fan of spacers. Spacers, to me, it changes the geometry of the hub, and it really changes more, to me, the pivot point at which it can break, and I don't like changing that pivot point. I want to try and keep it as close to stock as possible. If that makes sense? In other words, I don't want to push the studs out further. I want the studs to maintain their same spacing where they're at. Thank you. Dan says cool. I did have to cut a little bit of body out. This is from underneath the body. When you're looking up, that's the part you would see. On the cab, behind the front mud flaps. I'm trying to think of where I'm going with this. This sits on the cab behind the mud flap. So that's how much you got to take out to be able to manipulate the plastic inner fender. And all you do is heat it up, heat up the plastic, and I used a 2x4 to force the plastic out the way while it was hot. That way it would mold to the new shape of the bumper. And I just couldn't believe that they were going to charge me $1,200 to do that. I knew what was entailed, but I didn't think it was going to cost that much at all. There's no reason it should cost that much. It's roasty outside, guys. But we do have a nice breeze blowing. I think it's going to be raining soon. Any questions about fitment on the wheels on the Tundra? Any questions about the Honda? Any questions about the Fat Boy? The Harley? My wife just asked me which bike do I enjoy riding better. Mike be the one says when you're done with the driver's side, I want to see it finished. Mike, I have my 4th rim and tire coming. It's on the way. They shipped out today. It should be here either Friday or Saturday. To get back to my wife's question, she asked, which one would I prefer to ride, the Honda or the Harley? They're both very different styles of riding. The Harley is a laid-back, cruise-type riding where you're actually riding on the motorcycle and you have to ride on it. You can't ride... the motorcycle will force you around. The Harley will. It's a heavy bike. The Honda, it's more like you're driving the bike, not you're riding on it, not riding it. It's strange to explain. You have to ride one and then ride the other to really understand. The Harley has soul. The Honda doesn't. Chris says, yeah, it's hot here too. Hopefully it'll cool off soon. Sun is almost down. You can see the sun is down here. Finally, it's cooling off outside. Finally. Dan says he has seen videos of pros doing fitment. What you got, Dan? Let's talk about that. I'm always down to see if I can gain any more knowledge on this stuff. Rim fitment is popular thing. A lot of people ask about it, and not a whole lot of people have the answers. Dan says, my boss's wife just got a Shadow bobber. Looks great. Shadows are nice bikes, man. 2 wheels beats the hell out of 4 any day of the week. Hey, Brandon, how you doing? Brandon, have you seen my Tundra yet? Have you been able to go, have you looked through the video at all, or you're just getting here, or what's up, sir? Brandon says, hey to Dan and Chris. Chris says, hey, Brandon. Have not seen your Tundra, just got home. Well, sir, you're in for a treat because I have it right here. It's literally right there. And I have the rims, and they're fitted on. So hang on. Here you go. Start on one side, and I'll work my way around. (20x12), negative 44mm offset, 305/50 R20s. No lift. 0 lift, 0 level. No rubbing. Minor trimming necessary. Stance. And then I'll show you the other side, because I did this on purpose. I have 3 wheels, I don't have 4. This is the stock wheel and tire setup. And there is the big boys. Those wheels and tires are a lot wider. The stock rims, I want to say, are 8-inch. So 4 inches bigger. 4 inches wider, I should say. Same height, 20x12. Well, 20s. That's what came on its stock. 0 rubbing at all. When you put it in reverse, you get 0 rubbing. Full lock, either way. Well, Brandon, it is definitely not a 4x4, sir. It is 2-wheel drive all day long. That's why I chose to go with the on-road tires instead of off-road tires. These tires are 0.2 of an inch taller than stock. Chris says he needs an electric bug zapper. Those pesky flies. I hope they don't get you, man. Show y'all a little something in the truck. So, told y'all I borrowed a speaker from my brother in a speaker box. And here you go. One 10-inch DD. And you can see how much of the back seat it takes up. Quite a bit. That's half the back seat gone. Don't worry, Brandon, I won't tell nobody. Chris says them mosquitoes are bugging him. Well, you know what they say, when there's a skeeter on you, Peter, whack it off. Dan says, wow, what's up, Dan? You talking about the sub? The mosquitoes are getting bad out here too, Chris. Oh, the flies. The mosquitoes are getting bad out here. The gnats. They're getting to be a pain in the butt. Yeah, Dan, that speaker hits pretty hard. It hits a lot harder than the one that I had. My personal speaker is just a little 10-inch kicker, 4 ohm single voice coil. Brandon says, okay, have to run. Great truck, Johnny. Have a great night, everyone. Brandon, thanks for stopping by, sir. Have a great night. Yeah, Dan, I just have a little kicker, 10-inch, and a truck box behind the seat. That's plenty for me. My brother and I were just playing around when we stuck his speaker in there, and I mean, it's a total world of difference. It beats that truck to death. Big old sweat. As long as it's not horseflies. Dan, I am allergic to horseflies, sir. When they bite me, I swell up huge. Chris says there are at least 2 to 3 flies that can't find their way out of my car. Dan says later, Brandon. Chris says later, Brandon. Mike says, what state are you in? Arizona is still fun, sunshine, full sunshine. I'm in Mississippi, central Mississippi. Speaking of that, where's everybody coming from tonight? And if you haven't seen Pickle Rick, check it out. It's a very great show. Dan says I'm allergic to work. So don't go no more. Chris says Hollister, Missouri. We're not that far apart. At least I don't think. A few hundred miles maybe. Dan says Custom Offset has some videos on fitment. Dan, Custom Offset is how I actually managed to figure out whether mine was going to fit or not. Dan's from Concord, North Carolina. Yeah, I checked out a lot of Custom Offset to see what the deal was as far as fitment. A lot of guys were running, like a 1-inch level or a 2.5-inch level or even a 3-inch level and going with 33-12-50. I don't go off-road, so there's no point in me having an off-road tire. I mean, I live in the city, just outside the city, but it's still paved roads. My truck doesn't ever leave the concrete, so there's no point in me even having off-road tires. I really don't like that when you see a mall crawler, something that's jacked up 12 inches. They got 37 1550s on it. They're big, knobby, monster tires, beautiful truck, and it never sees off-road. That's a perfectly good waste of four-wheel drive. Mike B. the One says they just pick up for more episodes. So you're good for more Rick and Morty. Yes, Mike, I am excited about Rick and Morty coming back. Sorry about the long pause. I'm waiting to see if anybody's got anything to say or ask or anything. Anything else you guys want to know? Oh, very interesting news. While the Honda may get up and go quicker than my Harley is definitely faster than the Honda. Given enough room, I firmly believe the Harley will catch up and pass the Honda. Dan says if you don't need it, you don't need it. That's why I'm probably going to get a two-wheel drive as well. And that's it, Dan. I just don't need four-wheel drive anymore. I had a four-wheel drive double cab, regular bed, and while, yes, it's a great truck, great four-wheel drive system. Me personally having it, it would be taken out of hands that somebody that could really use it. I mean, the two-wheel drive is good, way good enough for me. The truck's about 300 or 400 pounds lighter, 300 to 500, I should say. Lighter than the two-wheel drive is 300 to 500 pounds lighter than the four-wheel drive, which that equates to off-the-line quickness. I mean, you can't argue with that. Only way it's not going to equate to off-the-line quickness is if somebody will give me or lend me their four-wheel drive Tundra and an all-wheel drive transfer case from a Lexus. Then I'll build them an all-wheel drive Tundra. And it'd be great if it was supercharged. TD. Hopefully he'll see this, and with a little encouragement, maybe we can convince him to let me all-wheel drive his Tundra. I doubt it. Mike be the one says, gotta go J5, look forward to the next one. Hit the like and subscribe. Yes, you guys, please hit the like and subscribe and hit that notification button, and you know, we'll definitely, you know, when I do more live streams, you guys will get the notifications, and when I post videos, you guys will get it. Dan says, hit up Sparks Sparks Parts. Yes, you guys, if you hit up Sparks Parts, make sure you use that Tundra Dude, dog it, help me out, guys. The Tundra Dude 34 promo code. Tundra Whisper, you sure can see the Tundra. Stance all day and night. Dan says, Tundra Dude 34 for 5% off at Sparks Parts. Tundra Whisper asks, how far past the fenders are those? That is about 6 inches. I'm gonna get down low so you can see the tire. The tire is 12 inches wide, and you can see about half the tire is tucked in. A little bit more than half, and that is, I'm gonna say 4 to 6 inches worth of poke. And you can see Yokohama Prada Spec X 305/50R20. How legal is that? Dan says, how legal is that? Well, in Mississippi, there is no fender laws and there is no mud flap laws for a personal vehicle. So, perfectly legal here. How's the ride? What suspension are you running? Says Tundra Whisper. Okay, Tundra Whisper. It is 100% stock SR5 two-wheel drive. Nothing special about the suspension at all. 0 level, 0 lift, all stock. Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to get it to where I won't be. I won't be in the light, and y'all will be able to see. As far as the ride, I have yet to take it out on the road. I've only got 3 rims right now. I'm waiting on my 4th one to come in. It'll be in Friday. I've taken it around the block a few times, and man, it rides pretty comfortable. It rides smooth. The rims are the same height. The truck came with stock 20x8, and I have one sitting right here. So the truck came stock 20x8s on 275 55R20s. So that's, you know, the 305 50R20 is 2/10 of an inch taller. So I'm not going to gain. I'm not, you know, losing any sidewall. I'm not really gaining anything either. I mean, 2/10 of an inch. That's going to wear off in a week. But I'm gaining 4 inches of width, which is significant. And then the tires are, you know, 12 inches wide. They're 32x12s, but I mean that's what a 305 50R20 is. 32x12 roughly. And yes, Tundra Whisper, the ride is still good as far as I can tell. Any more questions, guys? Okay, Dan. You're really curious to know how it'll handle in the rain. Well, I have a little experience with wide wheels and tires in the rain. They typically hydroplane a good bit quicker. I will have to go slower, and I will have to make sure that I'm more careful. And yes, Tundra Whisper, it's two-wheel drive, no four-wheel drive for me. I just don't need it, man. I live in the city, and I don't ever go off-road. I tow a trailer with motorcycles in it, so I promise I'm not trying to go off-road or nothing. I'm not trying to mess up these bikes. They're expensive. Check out Rick and Morty when it comes back on, you guys. Tundra Whisper, yes, I do have the CB1000R. I changed out the front and rear sprockets. I want to say it's either a 14 or a 15 in the front and a 47 in the back. And it was a 1647. So going down one tooth in the front is like going up 3 teeth in the back, and I went up 3 teeth in the back already from stock. So it would be the equivalent, I guess, so 6 teeth in the back. Zero to top speed is nuts, Tundra Whisperer. I'm talking 6 to 7 seconds, between 6 and 7 seconds to 145-ish. Unreal quick. You know, Tundra Whisperer asks, what does a new CBR cost these days? I'm going to get to you in just a second, Dan. I see your comment. I have not looked into what a brand new CBR costs, but the CBR 1000RR, from what I remember, was around 16 or 17,000. Dan says, I'm sure the extra weight of the truck will help. I'm hoping it does. I'm hoping the extra weight of the truck does. But I mean, a lot of those F-250s, and they don't have any luck when they put the wide tires on it, and they're a lot heavier than us. They weigh around 8,000, 9,000 pounds, and we're at like 6,000. Yeah, brand new ones are very expensive when you step up to the leader bikes. The 1000s, they're very expensive. Oh, if you guys haven't seen it yet, check out, Harley just came out with a new muscle cruiser. Okay, it's a Softail, but it looks like a FXR, and a V-Rod had a baby. It's a really, really nice looking bike. Very surprised at the look of it. Tundra Whisper X with a 900 drop a bit in price. If you get away from the crotch rockets and you step over to what they call a Neo Cafe Racer, or a Dan says gotta go to bed, catch y'all later night, Dan. Thank you for stopping by. Back to Tundra Whisperer with a 900 drop a bit in price. Yes, especially if you go with a Neo Cafe Racer, or a Cafe Racer. If you go with something like that, they're very, very quick off the line. You're not going to get that 186 or mile an hour or 200 mile an hour run like the leader bikes do. But you can still get that leader bike performance, just a little less grunt, on the top end. And the price drops a good bit. I mean, I want to say it's like 12 or 13,000 for a brand new CB 1000R. Tundra Whisper says no, the crotch rocket is the one for me. Yeah, and then maybe a CBR 1000RR or an R1 1000RR. I mean, unless you've never ridden before. If you've never ridden before, you definitely want to go with something smaller. The smaller, the better. Well, look, guys, I'm not trying to cut it off. Tundra Whisper X, am I a Yamaha fan at all? Yes, I do like Yamaha. Yamaha R1 is a great bike. I'm actually working on a frame for my brother right now. I just had it blasted the other day. We're going to paint it black, and he's going to paint the rest of his bike matte white. So you guys should look forward to seeing pictures of that. We're working 2 different angles on that bike right now. Tundra Whisperer says he rode for many years. Cool. Yeah, I mean, man, if you can get back on, get back on. 2 wheels beats the hell out of 4 any day of the week. That would look nice. I agree. The black and the matte white will look nice. I just hope he's happy with it. He's always wanted an R1. He's finally got one, and it's been in pieces for about a year. All right, well, look, guys, I'm getting off of here. I'm signing out. You guys have a great night. I've been on for 50 minutes. I got to go spend time with the wife. One last thing real quick from Tundra Whisperer. I have a Yamaha with a driveline, no chain. Come on, I'm trying to think of the Yamaha that does that. I think Honda has I think the VTX 1800 is the same way. It's got a drive line instead of a chain or a belt. We'll discuss bikes on the next live stream. Oh, 650. That's interesting. I've never seen one of those. What kind is it? Ride real smooth. Nice. All right, guys, I'm out. I really got to go spend time with my wife. You guys have a good night. Peace out, and I'll catch y'all on the next live stream. I promise it won't be so long this time. Tundra Whisper says he can't remember the model name. That's all right, man. We'll figure it out later. Y'all have a good night, fellas and ladies out in YouTube world.